Okay, so here's the intro for Peckinpah, slow. So here's Peckinpah intro up to speed. Here's the verse lines for Peckinpah. Switches to a clean channel, slow, kind of like the intro riff, but clean. Here's the pre-choruses slowed down for Peckinpah, distorted part. Here's the pre-choruses of Peckinpah, up to speed. Choruses for Peckinpah, slow. Here's the Peckinpah chorus up to speed. Okay, there's a little section that breaks up the chorus from the next verse, kind of a breakdown. And it's basically just a drone with some tremolo picking on the 9th fret, such as this. Okay, so here's the bridge into the solo section of Peckinpah, and it goes like this. Here's that bridge section for Peckinpah into the solo up to speed. Okay, here's the first section of the Peckinpah solo. Slow down a little bit. Okay, so here's that first part of that solo up to speed. Here's the second section of the Peckinpah solo slowed down. All right, here's that section of the solo from Peckinpah up to speed. So we're gonna do the intro lead, the Stone Sour Silly World. And it goes a little like this. Okay, so the verse lines in Silly World are kind of like just a plucked chord variation, and they go like this. And when I play that, I'm kind of picking it with this finger, with the pick at the same time. And sometimes I do that, but you can just pick it normally as well. I always bring that finger in. I don't know why I always do that. This is the pre-chorus distorted part in Silly World. Pulled back a hair. Okay, so here's the pre-chorus when it clicks over to distorted, up to speed. Here we go. That sounded like Leonard Skinner. So here's the kind of little riffy section that happens after the choruses that kind of turns it around back into the verses. And it goes like this. Okay, Silly World, this is the chorded part up to speed, note thing, riff, whatever. Here we go. The end of Silly World will hit now. The chords just kind of go on forever, so there's no need to really slow anything down. We'll just do the chords, just this ascending pattern that goes on for about 7,900 measures or something. So it goes something like this. And then what I do while I'm playing it is like I'll jump up and I'll just hit the high fifth on it and descend on that, like. maybe halfway through, just to kind of help it build a little bit. And there you have it. All right, we're going to approach the end solo, and that was one of those solos that was just like, let's throw a lead in the end of this song to kind of vibe it up a little bit, since, I don't know, it's a vibey song. Fuck it, let's put a vibey solo there. So there was a one-take solo done, so I'm going to attempt to show you in sections the neighborhood that I played it in. So let's go around the first block. Starts off with the bend up here, and it's just crazy wash it throughout the whole thing too, so. Now I'll hit that spot up to speed. All right, here's the suck knob on full. Section 2, Silly World Solo. Here we go with that last section up to speed. All right, here's that run going down in the solo. All right, here's that run going down. So here's the intro to Gone Sovereign. We're gonna slow her down a bit. 1001, 1002. Here's Gone Sovereign, up to speed. Here's the after intro. I just hate saying pre-verse, it's weird. Gone Sovereign. All right, so here's the pre-verse up to speed. Here's the slow version of the voice lines. It'll be the post pre-verse, actually. Here's the verse of Gone Sovereign, and the most important part of this one is to make sure you hold your bloody skull like this, and the chalice. The chalice is somewhere over there, but the bloody skull needs to be right here, like that. Is the pre-chorus section of Gone Sovereign slow. Here's that pre-chorus coming at you up to speed. Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna we're gonna do the solo for Gone Sovereign. I'm gonna attempt to slow it down, and let's see what happens. Go a little something like this. All right, so here's that same section, sort of, up to speed. Let's see if I can play it the same way. All right, here's the next section of the Gone Sovereign solo, slowed down just a bit. So here's that section sped up a bit. Okay, now I'm going to play the higher section of the, I think it's a minor third harmony, possibly, in the middle of that. I don't know, minor thirds or fourths or something. It's a number somewhere in there. But Josh does the lower one and I do the higher one, and it goes a little like this. Or a little like this. Here's the harmony section in Gone Sovereign, up to speed. Here's the legato section and part of my section of the solo in Gone Sovereign. Legato. I was going to make it like a Spanish cat joke there, but it just wouldn't. Never mind. Am I still talking? Here's that legato section up to speed-ish. Okay, here's the outro for Gone Sovereign. After the solos, a little build. Slow. We're gonna go slow on this one. Now we're going to do the up-to-speed version of the end of Gone Sovereign with the build. It goes something like this. Now we're going to approach the intro riff to Gone Absolute Zero. Gone absolutely fucking crazy. Hey! Absolute Zero intro riff. Slow. Gonna do the Absolute Zero riff up to speed. The verse lines for Absolute Zero, slow down. The verses for Absolute Zero, probably a little bit faster than album speed. Here's the pre-chorus to Absolute Zero, slowed down. Pre-chorus, staccato part, up to speed. Okay, so now I'm going to do the chorus for Absolute Zero, and there's a bunch of layers in the studio, and I break away to kind of a melody line. So rather than just doing the rhythms behind it, I'll do the melody line that I do live, and it goes like this. Now we'll do that section up to record speed. When you say record speed, it's like you're trying to get a goal. Never mind. All right, so here's the little verse lead thing that happens, kind of melody line in the song, and I use a pog for that. Here's the melody lead in absolute zero that kind of happens in the holes in the song. All right, it's time to get into the guitar solo of Absolute Zero, the love-hate part of being a guitarist, for me anyways. Anyways, slowed down, it goes a little something like this in sections. Section 1. All right, here's section 1 of Absolute Zero solo, up to speed. The second part of the Absolute Zero solo, slowed down. Let me go to the right pickup. I flip pickups in this section, so get with it. Part 2 of the Absolute Zero solo, up to speed, before there's a fucking war in this room. All right, here's the third section of the solo. Okay, here's that last slower section up to speed from Absolute Zero's solo. Here's the last section of Absolute Zero, slow, more or less, how I play it on the record. You get the gist, I guess. Here's the last section of the Absolute Zero solo up to speed. All right, so here's the bridge section of Absolute Zero coming out of the solo. Here's the bridge part coming out of the solo for Absolute Zero up to speed. I kind of grabbed some notes with some different fingers, so when we're done, I'll revisit that. Coming out of the solo. Coming out of the solo, I'm in my neck position, and then there's kind of a like shimmery, chimey kind of section, and I grab that top string with my middle finger right there. With that finger right there. Here's the ending riff. I do another pog kind of melody line with the guitar, and here it is going slow. Here's that end melody line with the pog pedal on from Absolute Zero. All right, here's the intro to Do Me a Favor, which goes something like this. Here's the Do Me a Favor octave intro up to speed. Here's the verse line to Do Me a Favor, slow down. And I'm gonna play it like I do live because it's just, I don't know, a little bit cooler, I think. Whatever. All right, here's the verses of Do Me Flavor up to speed. Y'all good? All right, here we go. Do Me a Favor, choruses, choruses, slow. Here we go with the chorus for Do Me a Favor, somewhere around album speed. All right, here's the melody line that comes in after the chorus. Is kind of the vamp part. Anyways, it goes like this, and I use the pog on this section as well. melody line up to speed for you. Special. All right, here we go. Do me a favor, solo section 1 with the pog on and shit. All right, so here's that solo section that we did slow, sped up a little bit. Pog's still on. Okay, here we go. Second part of the solo section. All right, here we go with section 2 of Do Me a Favor. Up to speed. All right, third section of Do Me a Favor, solo, slow. Section 3, Do Me a Favor, up to speed. Here we go. Here we go with the fourth section of the Do Me a Favor solo. And I think it's going to go something like this. Solo section, up to speed. Last section, 3 or 4, fuck, I don't know. Here it is though. Okay, so this is the end of Do Me a Favor, where it turns into a different song. And I'm gonna kind of throw out the live version, which varies every time we play it. So hopefully this one can be consistent. But anyways, it goes like this. Do me a favor, ending part, up to speed, like so. Okay, so we're gonna do the intro for Say You'll Haunt Me. I'm gonna approach it a little bit more like what I do live as opposed to the album, but they're pretty similar. On my clean channel, and running on the clean channel, I got a carbon copy delay, and I've got a small stone phaser pedal, and that looks like all it is, clean channel on the orange. Delay phaser, squeaky drum stool. Say You'll Haunt Me intro, up to speed. Here's the verse arpeggiated clean notes for Say You'll Haunt Me. Okay, here's the verses for Say You'll Haunt Me, arpeggiated notes, up to speed. And then the pre-choruses for Say You'll Haunt Me kick in with kind of a, I don't know, dynamic chord thing that goes like this. here are those pre-choruses up to speed. Here's the choruses for Say You'll Haunt Me, slowed down a bit. Break away from the fifth chords and do octaves. All right, here's that octave chorus up to speed. All right, here's the breakdown chorus where it gets kind of heavy for a poppy kind of tune. Goes like this. All right, here's the nanner, nanner, nanner chorus part, up to speed. Okay, so here's the, this is a lead section that I do live, because in the studio there's like 350,000 guitar tracks that climb up into this part. Maybe it's 350,002. Anyways, what I do is essentially this. Okay, I'm gonna do that thing up to speed that I just did, the kind of lead before the melody lead. And might be worth noting that I'm using the pog on this section as well. So anyways, it goes a little bit like this. Here's the first section of the Say You'll Haunt Me solo. Section 1, melody line. Here we go with the section number 1 solo from Say You'll Haunt Me, Irma Gerd. right, so here's the second part of the solo for Say You'll Haunt Me. Slowed down a little bit. And it's a little descending guy that goes like... All right, here's that section up to speed. All right, here's the third section of the solo, and I'm just going to play into it because it's the same melody line as the rest of the solo. It just ends with the bends. Third section of the solo of Say You'll Haunt Me, up to speed with the lead-in melody line. Okay, here's a build section that comes out of it, and I'm gonna do it much like I do it live, out of the solo section. And it goes something like this. All right, here's the up to speed build section from the end of the solo of Say You'll Haunt Me. Okay, so here's the ending melody line, Pog section again, and you find creative ways to do things live since you don't have all the layering that you had in the studio, since we don't play along to a bunch of tracks. So that would be this melody line with this ending lead section. Okay, so here's the end section for Say You'll Haunt Me up to speed with the outro lead. Okay, I'm gonna revisit the last section of the Say You'll Haunt Me lead because the previous part that we did happens before, and we've already covered those parts, but the build with the end lead is the only time that happens, so figured it might be worth hitting it again. So that goes such as. So here's the last section of Say You'll Haunt Me's lead with the pog on, up to speed.